Hey everybody, let's try this again. I'm going to bring in Jake Weary from TNT's Animal Kingdom and his mom, Kim Zimmer from Guiding Light. Kim? Jake?
Hello!
Here we go. You should get people back to find this. It's on my channel. Technical difficulties when you go live. So hello everybody. How are you?
Hey
Good.
guys.
How are you,
Hey.
Ellen?
Good to see you.
Hello,
Jake,
my son.
congratulations.
Thank you so much.
New
Thank you.
Music Friday. It's got
Yeah.
to feel
Yeah,
I
New
can
Music
barely hear
Friday.
you, Jake.
Really? Can you hear me, Alan?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear Kim?
Oh, maybe I should plug my thing in.
Yeah, you should probably get your headphones on, ma'am.
No, I can't hear him.
Really?
Go ahead, you guys talk.
Yeah, well, I can
Okay.
hear. I can hear you, Jake.
Yeah.
So, Jake, how long were you working on this song?
It's been a while. It's been a long process.
I can't hear him.
I was kind of I was kind of waiting for the right time to release it, and I was a little scatterbrained because I wasn't sure if I wanted to do an actual release through some publication or editorial release or something, but in the midst of all that's been going on lately, I figured to just release it myself and get it out there and give people something to watch while they're sitting at home. And
The video is spectacular.
thank you.
I can
Thank
hear
you so
you,
much.
Alan, but I can't hear Jake.
She can never hear me.
That's so weird.
Can you sign, Jake?
Yeah, but wait, I don't. I wonder why. I wonder why you can't hear me.
Hold on. Let's. Hold on. I'm gonna just take Jake off and bring him back in for a minute.
Okay.
Okay.
Jake,
Can you hear me now?
Talk.
You can't hear. No, she can't.
Can you hear me?
Wow.
You still can't hear me, Mom?
And you can hear me?
I can.
Oh boy, you gotta love technology.
Well,
Gotta love technology.
Talk to Jake. Get all the information out.
Jan Conklin, Kim says, plug your thing in.
My thing's plugged in. My thing's always
plug
plugged
your
in.
thing in, Mom.
Plug your thing in. Jan, hey Jan, great to see you.
Hey, Jan Conklin's doing great work in New York City.
I know. I see all the stuff her and Richie are doing. Pretty
Thank
amazing.
you, Jan. Thank you. You guys are the
Jan
best.
used to work on Guiding Light. Jan was one of the producers. Yeah, that's so weird. You can hear your mom though, right?
Oh yeah, I can. Oh, I can hear her. Oh, I can hear my mom.
What did he say?
He said, "I can hear her. Right? I can hear her." Right?
I can't hear. I wish I could hear him.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
well.
don't know.
Don't know what to tell you, Mom.
I don't know what to tell you, Mom.
I don't either. Well, you guys talk.
So tell us what the meaning of the song. Tell us.
Yeah. It kind of, the whole thing happened. I recorded the song almost a year ago in Brooklyn, and it was a rainy, kind of miserable day, and I'd just been upstate, and I was just like feeling very inspired by the kind of gloomy nature of the weather and everything, and this kind of song just happened, and then
I can see that or hear it.
Yeah,
whatever you say, but I get that from the song.
Yeah, and ironically enough, now it's like it kind of fit just in terms of the mood and the vibe of the song right now. But it's also about like that glimmer of hope on the horizon, and kind of like the process that you take and when you're falling in love with someone, and the sacrifices you make for them, and all of that stuff kind of comes into play in the lyrics, and kind of what I'm trying to convey with the lyrics of the song. And so yeah, that there's kind of this silver lining even in like the darkest of times and stuff.
Did you tell him about Harrison?
Wait, and when did record the song? When did you record?
So yeah, I'll talk about the everybody behind the video of the song. Harrison Ball is a very good friend of mine and is a principal dancer in the New York City Ballet. And
Harrison Ball.
Yeah, Harrison Ball, and he's insanely talented. He's a beautiful person. He's my wife Vera's best friend. They've known each other for a very long time, and so I kind of became friends with him over the past couple of years. And you know, I've the first time I saw him dance, I'd never seen anything like it. I'd never seen anybody move the way he does, and how much power and control over his body that he has is just like astounding. So I knew that I always wanted to work with him on something. And Vera one day was listening to the song and she thought it would be a really good idea to do this collaboration. And she kind of came up with this pitch for the video. And we kind of just all put our heads together and tried to figure out a way to make this thing happen. And Harrison was on board. And he is just now starting to work more on doing creative movement directing for video pieces. He just worked with The Weeknd for Vanity Fair on this short film. So he's, you know, trying to step into that world, and I thought it would just be a perfect way to kind of marry those two, the dance world and the music world, and you know, videography and all that stuff. So
you sort of get that weather the moody feel from the video as well.
Yeah, good. It's also kind of like it's aesthetically kind of a homage to Buto, which was like a style of Japanese dance during or like post-war Japanese dance, and it's like it's all about dread and kind of and like fear and like self-loathing, but also like there's all these kind of crazy arcs that the dance can go through, and just all these it's kind of like an acid trip or something. So, and the dancing is just absolutely stunning.
Phenomenal.
So we wanted to kind of do something like that, and you know, without exploiting it in a way, and kind of bringing our own aesthetic to it. So yeah, very exciting. I'm happy that it's finally out because I've just been sitting on this thing for a while, and I'm
very proud of you, my son.
Thanks, Mom.
I listened on Spotify, but is it on all streaming? And
yeah, it should be on all streaming platforms. Something happened when I posted it where it says that it was released last year, so it's not popping up right on the new released music on my page, so it's kind of hard to find, but it's there. It's all over the place.
I just literally Googled it.
Yeah. You can hear it anywhere. So
yeah.
And it's Mist of the
Mist of the Pine. Yeah.
Mist of the Pine.
Yeah.
That's great. And you were in the middle of shooting the new season of Animal Kingdom, weren't you, when this all Corona?
Yeah, we were about 5 to 6 episodes in, so almost halfway through the season when they shut us down. You know, which is, it's always weird because we have also a couple people on our cast are from the UK. So there's, you know, they had to wait that out and see if it was even possible for them to fly back home. And so, yeah, but I'm very happy we shut down when we did, because, you know, being on a set like that, you're around people constantly, and there's a lot of, there's just like a lot of people around all the time. So it's good that I
can't think of his name. Oh God, he was on for Hawaii Five-0 and Lost, who came down with Corona. He lives in Hawaii now. I can't think of his name.
Oh, he's not.
Oh yeah.
Say it again. No. But he was working on a show in flew home to Hawaii and had it, but didn't know it. But like you said, being around all those people.
Totally. I mean, if we hadn't known, it was just
horrible.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's an environment that you definitely do not want to be in when there's a virus hanging around. Passing it. Yeah.
On.
Yeah.
You know, Kim and I always joke about your Daniel Day Kim. Sorry, that's the actor.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Thanks to my husband for that answer.
Mhm.
Kim and I always joke about, when I was working on Guiding Light and I read one of the breakdowns, and your mother had to work with a young boy named Jake. Reached out to your mom and said, would your son want to do that? So
yeah.
Alan's
And I-
responsible
a
for
long
your
time ago.
career.
Yeah,
long
and
time
I was
ago.
real mad because I actually had to audition for it too.
They made you audition.
I was like, "Where's the offer? Where's the offer?"
Was that with Rob DeCina?
It sure was. Yeah. Oh my God, I was sweating bullets. I mean, the pressure was just, immense. Just knowing that I had to prove myself after my mother had been for years and years.
I always laugh and say that on Jake's 13th birthday, what do you want for your birthday, Jake? I want a headshot and an agent.
Mhm.
That was what he wanted, and it was
Yeah.
like, oh man.
Okay, so that's 13. Did Jake or Kim, did you think you wanted to do this before 13?
I
He
mean,
used to make his own movies.
yeah, I mean, I think some part of me definitely wanted to see if that was something that try it out and see if that was something I'd be interested in. But I always knew because I would go and visit my mom on set. I would like get to leave school and go to set, and I think just being there, I totally fell in love with the whole process. I mean, just the fact that it's such a family, being on a set, everybody's there and so happy to be working together, and in such close quarters all the time. You can't help but just, build these strong kind of lifelong relationships with people. And I was like, I want that. Like, yeah, definitely.
And you have it. And I just have to toot his horn again and say that when I visited the set of Animal Kingdom, I can't tell you how many crew people and extended family members outside of the cast of the show came up and said, your son is the sweetest, kindest, generous person. You raised him well. And I was like, well, I didn't do much about it, but because I was working my butt off most of the time.
People say that about working with you,
Yeah, I could say the same. I mean, yeah, going to set at Guiding Light, it would just be like, they'd be like, oh, you're Kim's son? Like, come here, man. Like, I'm going to show you around. And,
well, some of the questions coming up on my side have been, what's it like having a mom like Reva Shane?
I mean, it was tough because she was not around a lot. I mean, it was, soaps, it's a new episode every day. So, I mean, it's literally, Monday through Friday, and she was in a lot of the stuff. So it was rough because we didn't get to spend as much time with her during the week, or like she would get home late and she would just be exhausted after doing these, grueling work days. And she would just, instantly want to, eat some dinner that my dad had made, and then get in the bath and read her and just start over and work on her material for the next day. So yeah, so that was something that I had to get used to, was just not being able to see her all the time. And but
it was a great job, because if there was an important thing that one of you kids were doing, I could go to the powers that be and say, look, Max has a state championship lacrosse game, or Jake's got a middle school play that, he's playing with Cuscio and Romeo and Juliet. I need to be there, so they usually did their best to work around those important. Or Rachel,
and like going to like the Emmys,
baby, for God's sake.
When she was like nominated for that Emmy, I think it was like 2006 or something, or 2000. It was in LA. It was at the Kodak, and I remember that. I mean, just going to those the daytime Emmy Awards was like the mecca for me. I mean, it was like, you got to dress up, and then
we had a blast.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We had a good time. I remember that. But just going there and seeing, and in those days, I mean, the daytime Emmys were as big as the primetime Emmys. I mean, there was a red carpet, everything. It was huge. And I was just like this wide-eyed kid, and seeing my mom for the big, the Best Actress award, just seeing her and seeing all these people clap for her and seeing all this acknowledgement, and just like I could have been more proud as like her son, just to see
I
this
keep telling him, sorry,
spectacle.
Vera, I see Vera occasionally in the
I did too. I was going to
Yeah.
ask if that was his wife, and I saw her in the mirror.
Yeah,
Vera? Yeah, I don't know
yeah.
what she's doing. She's been
She
she's
walked in
probably
the mirror.
she's
Well,
painting.
I was going to say.
Come say hi.
Now I forgot what I was going to say. Something about my
She's-
dear sweet Vera.
There's Vera. There's Vera. And now the dogs
girl.
are jealous. The dogs are jealous. Here's the
Oh,
dogs.
Oh, there's Pippa.
What's the dog?
That's Pippa.
And
That's
where's
Pippa.
Walter?
And that's Walter.
Those are my
great.
grandpups.
Those are the grandkids.
I love them dearly.
Yeah, it's good. It's good having dogs during this.
Are
this
you
life.
as talented as your mom in learning your lines? She was like,
Yeah.
He doesn't
Yeah.
have to learn as many as I did.
oh right, because they
Yeah.
don't.
No,
they
not
do
even
one
close.
look, right, or something.
Yeah. No, I mean, we're not allowed to have sides on set. So it's like a John Wells thing. So you kind of have to come prepared.
Oh, I didn't know that. Really?
Yeah. Yeah. He
That's-
doesn't allow
wow.
sides on set, which is good.
Well, that makes you do your homework.
Yeah. I mean, we'll still like have our phones if like we need it, but like, you know, the like guest stars and stuff are just always, it's great because people come on and they just like are more prepared than you are. And you're like, oh shit, like I gotta step my game up right now. But
Because
it's
they've been practicing the whole night before in front of the mirror.
yeah.
Kim,
Well,
Eileen Franco wants me to tell Jake that all Kim did was ever brag about her kids.
You remember Eileen. You know Eileen too. Hi, Eileen.
hi, Eileen.
We're getting hello from Italy, Kim Sentieri.
Oh, Sentieri.
Yeah.
And my friend Sante. I don't know if he found a way to connect to this, but if you're out there, Sante, I love you.
Jake, this
Sante
is a
was
great
the
question. What did you
was-
learn from your mom about acting?
I learned, I guess I learned that it is a fierce beast and that must be tamed because it can really consume you emotionally. You know, it can take you and you have to be able to let it kind of give it space and also be present with your own life and your family and the people you care about and people you love, and not let it kind of completely consume you, because, you know, like sometimes a role can come along and you just, you know, it's all you can think about. It's all you can, you know, breathe, and you just, but yeah, I think that's something I definitely learned from her, was to keep everything at an arm's length as well, and just kind of, you know, be able to step back and take a look at your performance and everything, and you know, yeah, I think that's definitely something I learned from you, especially, and that has to do with just how much she was working all the time. You know, she was always, she'd come to those events, those school events or whatever, and just be like, you know, just on it, just, you know, fully there and fully present. And you know, that's hard to do when you're you know, completely consumed by a character for, you know, however many years.
And maybe that character consumed her a little. I mean,
just a little bit, maybe. She would get a little, yeah, she would diva out sometimes.
Well, especially when you were young. I mean,
it's cocktail hour here, Jay.
She was, yeah, it is. Cheers to you, Kim.
Yeah, yes, I got a couple hours.
It is happy hour here. She and I just.
Yeah, I mean, it's been the past couple of weeks. It's been happy hour. I guess 2 p.m.
It is happy hour, I think, for everybody. I mean,
yeah.
they've talked about the alcohol business making a ton of money right now.
Yeah, oh my God.
A mutual friend of all of ours, Chris Congdon, says greetings.
Chris Congdon, oh my God. What's up, Chris?
What did he say?
He said greetings from steamy Florida.
Oh, Chris.
Stay
God,
safe,
Chris was just the best. He used to take us to Disney World and get us in front of the lines, and it was just like the sweetest, like, oh God, man, those were some amazing times.
I met him through your mom, and I was there for the job that I just had. over my birthday. So I had my birthday off, and he
Mm-hmm.
set me up quite well. It was very nice.
Oh man, I would love to see Chris. I miss that guy.
Totally on your own, celebrating your birthday by yourself,
Yeah.
exploring all the parks.
Yeah.
We'll see him again, Jake, when we take Vincent to Disney World for the first
there
time.
you go.
Oh
Excellent.
Yeah, come on, this is a new crowd watching. Point out the grandson behind you.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's right there.
Uncle Jake and Grandma.
I was just over there, Jake. We were social distancing with Max and Becca. My son Max, his wife, they're pregnant, and she's due in August. So.
Oh, I didn't know that. Congratulations!
Thank you. So
That's awesome.
we were over at Rachel and Brian's house, my daughter Rachel, and Vincent was there, and we were all. It's tough to keep Vincent 6 feet away, but he's pretty good. He's not even 2, and he looks at you funny, like he's always like, yeah, up. He wants me to pick him up, and I'm like, yeah, I can't pick you up. Not right now. Hopefully soon. Stay safe, stay home.
Jake, some fans were asking, what do you remember about working with Martha and playing, oh my God, Luke.
Yeah, oh my God.
Brain freeze.
I mean, that was also very nerve-wracking. I mean, she was as, as she was a star, it was kind of stepping into the lion's den. I was like this green kid coming into work every day. But then as soon as I started working with her, it was just, she made me feel so
She's another
comfortable.
Mother to you.
Yeah. And she really did end up kind of becoming, she was my mom there. And I'll always remember this was just like a defining moment for me. Just like at the kind of start of my career, I had one day where it was really intense. My character was kind of an alcoholic. He was like 14, but he was like an alcoholic soaps. And I had this one day where I had, just like probably 30 pages of dialogue, and I was like 14, and I also had like homework and stuff. And I just like already was a little like dyslexic and just like was trying to make it all work and figure it out. And I had one scene, and I was just like, I kept messing up this one line, and then until it kind of drove me crazy, and I was kind of had like a breakdown, because it was just like, it was at the end of the day, and I had 5 scenes before, and Martha just stopped the whole production, and she was like, we're gonna take 10, and she pulled me backstage and just kind of like shook, like kind of like did a gentle shake, and was like, hey kid, like, you're good, you're okay. This is not like, none of this can happen without you. So they can wait for as long as they want until you're ready to go. So just take a breath, focus, and just do what it is that you do best. And just like hearing that especially coming from her, where I, in the beginning thought that I was, taking up their time or like wasting their time on the set, it just really made me realize how much of a collaboration it is. And
it's really an amazing thing for somebody young. I mean,
totally.
The mother's had so many kids under her wing as well.
Yeah.
You become a better actor, I think, because of those people.
Totally.
Let me
others who do not treat kids or even just fellow actors.
Yeah.
No, as an equal. That's the weirdest part about this industry, is like, you literally have a scene with someone, you could be 40 years old and have a scene with someone who's 10, and technically it's like they're your equal, they are your co-star, they're your fellow performer, and they need to be treated as such.
Okay, and oh, sorry, Jake.
What's up, Ma?
I was just gonna throw in a little anecdotal something that's I find very interesting, is that Jake and my guiding light son, Tom Pelfrey, have become good friends because Tom dates a very good friend of Jake and Vera.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's kind of come full circle, which is really awesome.
Might even actually right now with the hair kind of look like Tommy.
Yeah, there's a little bit there. Yeah, we hung out recently, and it was just like so good to see him, because it'd been forever, and just catching up, and he's such an amazing dude, an incredibly talented actor. I'm so happy he's doing as well as he is now, because I've always been like, God, man, that dude is going to go far. Just watching him with my mom and stuff, and just seeing him steal scenes from my mom.
That was one actor I knew immediately. I mean, we Rob DeCina, man, that is quite the find.
Yeah, seriously. But he's doing really well at Ozark. He's killing it on Ozark. Everybody's been.
That's my weekend viewing.
Yeah. I've been watching Chernobyl. It's so good.
Oh, that's good too.
Finally started watching that. Oh God, it's so good. It's so scary. It's just it's terrifying.
Another kind of pertinent show for these times.
Yeah, seriously.
Totally. But I also hear on Netflix there is a documentary called Pandemic that was done like in the last that I hear is pretty good. Enough about that. Taryn has asked.
You know Taryn, Jake. Taryn is Sunday and my friend that I hang out with all the time.
Taryn Stark. Yeah. They're asking if there's anything you two would like to do on stage together. Have you ever thought about that?
100%. Yeah, we've been trying to figure out something to do.
Well,
for a while.
I've always talked about Sweet Bird of Youth, which is what was Paul Newman's really first Broadway show. It's a Tennessee Williams piece, and it was, and I can't remember who the actress was that played Princess. It was her character's name, and I've always wanted to do that with Jake. I mean, she has to kind of, flirt with him and come on, which could be like, see, Jake's like, oh, but I mean, nothing ever happens, but it's such a wonderful play, and Jake would be really good in that.
We should the two of you should do like a reading on here together.
Yeah. I mean, I would,
we're all looking for some.
Yeah. That's definitely something that I've wanted to do for a very long time. And we've been talking about doing it at the Barn Theater in Michigan too, where Mom did summer stock theater, and it was like
I went to see Mom there.
Yeah. And that's always been, I mean, that place is like such an enigma for me too, because it was like growing up, it was always this like awesome place where we would go, and that was another kind of like new experience into that world, and like seeing how much time and effort went into these productions, and it was just awesome, and such a cool setting, and like that theater, I can smell it right now. It's like mothballs, and I just remember, it's just a very
I think working with Jake would be a lot like when my husband and I did Tennessee Williams' Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, and I delivered. He played Brick, and I was Maggie the cat, and I'd say a line in rehearsal, and he'd turn to me and he'd go, "You gonna play it like that?"
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
So I'd go to the director and I'd say, he can't talk to me like that. If he has a question, he's got to go through you. That was Steve Williford was directing us too. Poor Steve Williford. He was a director on All My Children. Wonderful guy. But I think I would be totally intimidated working with Jake now, because he's gotten to be such a wonderfully all-consuming actor. I would be intimidated, like I was sometimes with Pelfrey.
Well, Jake, Animal Kingdom. I mean, my God,
your work is
the work is phenomenal.
Thank you.
I mean, I have cousins who are probably watching us right now because I got them hooked on the show. My husband and I, but like you are working with such an incredibly talented group of people.
Yeah, I really am.
Are great. A fan was asking, do you know if it's TNT on demand? Can people find it on demand? Do you know? I'm not sure, and I can get
I'm not totally sure. Yeah, I don't know.
I'll look and try to respond to some folks.
I think you can watch like maybe a couple episodes of the first couple of seasons or something. I know it's like kind of limited in terms of what they have. Like you can't just watch every single episode on there. So I'm not totally sure.
What are some that you can think of some of the most challenging moments on that show for you personally?
Yeah, I think the most challenging moments have been honestly the moments that you wouldn't expect, like the just this kind of small, subtle emotional moments with this character that kind of like seething kind of under the surface emotional stuff has been the most challenging. I think especially when my character was kind of struggling with coming out to his family. I think that was some of the harder stuff, and not even just the moments where he actually does come out. That actually was relief in a way, doing those scenes. It was that was some of the most fun I've had. But I think all the scenes leading up to that, those you know, the real human stuff, those like it's that feeling that we all hate when there's something there. It's like the elephant in the room and you can't talk about it, and so you suppress it in some way, and you have some sort of physical thing that you do to kind of suppress that urge to shout, you know, the real truth behind everything that is you as a person. So I think that kind of stuff was the most difficult.
Well, being gay myself, the thought of telling Smurf would scare the shit out of me.
Yeah. I mean, that scene was really hard because there was a lot of difference in opinion of how that scene should play out, and between the writers and everyone kind of involved. It was a very when I knew the whole time how I wanted to portray that moment, yeah, there was a lot of conflict and of opinion on how it should happen. So that was hard because we were kind of trying to it was like really like scene work while we were shooting. It was scene work. So it was, and then Emmy Rossum had directed that episode in particular, and she was incredible to work with because she
Fiona.
Yeah, I mean, she really knows that. She, like, you know, she knows how hard that can be when you care so much about something, but you have to kind of let it go, and you have to not hang on to something so much and just let it be and be natural. And so yeah, that was crucial, having her direct that scene. Since in particular.
On Smurf, what's it like working with Ellen Barkin?
I mean, great. She's, you know, she's similar to my mom in that she's been doing this thing for a very long time, and has such a big personality, and is extremely charismatic, and really cares about the people that she's performing with in the scenes. And you know, I mean, there's she gets a lot of flack for the way she might handle herself off camera, and I think, you know, there was never a moment where she wasn't completely professional on set, and was there ready to work, and I think that was, you know, the best part about working with her, is that she was, you know, so professional, and you know, so yeah,
it's a great group of people. You know,
yeah.
For us as people who watch, I mean, they have put a great group of people together.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, but Sean and Ben and Finn and all those guys, I mean, like, they're my brothers. I'm gonna know them for the rest of my life. I mean, they're yeah, it's so rare that you get to you know, work with people that you know, can call like your extended family in a way. It's pretty
okay,
surreal.
Now you can ask the mom what her favorite scene was.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, that's I love that, Mom. Go ahead.
It was the scene between Sean and Jake, when Jake was going to leave with whatever that guy's name was.
Yeah.
What was his?
They were going to Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were taking him to your lover, your boyfriend.
Adrian. Yeah.
Adrian. You were going to take and you were saying goodbye
Pope. Was it Pope?
Pope. Yeah.
Oh, to Pope. Oh, yeah.
I remember that. That was fantastic.
The dark outside the house or no, it was during the day. I can't remember, but I do remember that just sobbing when you were saying goodbye to him, that you were leaving, and he's like, I love you. You're my brother. And
seeing that.
was just like, oh.
Yeah. Anytime there's like real familial, like emotional stuff, it's really, I mean, that's the best. That's what we can all connect with,
Well, as someone in PR, I know you might not be able to answer this question, but some fans are asking if there was anything you're able to talk about that might be coming up in the next season.
I mean,
no, don't get in trouble.
Who knows? No, I mean, I think it's a lot of this next season is how is kind of life after Smurf, and how we as a
Jake, I think you might have muted yourself.
Did they die?
Oh, his things might have died.
Uh-oh.
I'm muted. All right,
there you go. Yep.
But yeah, just basically how the family kind of continues to maintain their their kind of rapport in the town, in Oceanside and the city without their matriarch, and how they do they band together? Do they fall apart? Do they
everybody jockeying?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying.
Yeah, they're all kind of vying. Vying to the throne. So that's things get very interesting, because we're all in our own way trying to figure out who we are as individuals, and but at the same time maintaining that that kingdom, that power hierarchy. So it gets very interesting.
Well, let's hope we all get back to work soon.
Yeah.
Kevin is asking, he just happened to watch an episode of The Doctors and was asking about working with Alec.
Oh, that was the best. I always tell this story that I remember all of the women that were on The Doctors at the time when Alec was testing for the role of Billy Aldrich, and we were all sitting and we just were in love with him. I mean, he walked into the makeup room or something and just opened his mouth with that voice, and we were all like, and so we all stayed after work and watched his audition. And we all ran into the control room afterwards and said, "You've got to hire him. You've got to hire him for us." And meanwhile, they'd already figured that out, that they were going to hire him. But oh yeah, he was green. I mean, hadn't done anything. He was in law school at NYU,
And The Doctors was the 70s, right?
Alec was 80. He was in the 80s. He started in 19. Rachel was born because when I was pregnant with Rachel, I started a relationship with Billy and thought Billy was the father of my baby. And it turned out that it was actually my real husband, AC's. They brought him on. They wrote a character for AC to play because I was so big when I was pregnant with Rachel. And I worked up until, I broke my water. I swear to God. And so they wanted AC on the set with me in case that happened. And so they wrote in a role that it was really his baby.
But this is a testament to what Jake was saying earlier and what, Kim, you've expressed about the family relationships that you make behind the scenes, because you and Alec are still friends today.
Yes. Yeah, we don't talk as much because he's a little busy with 10 kids now.
10, yeah, something like that.
How many kids does he have?
Yeah.
Which is just
Kim,
so bizarre.
So funny. Stephen Bergman just said, "Kim, I'll always remember the time that I invited him to photograph your 50th, I think, birthday at Guiding Light when Tom Pelfrey jumped out of the birthday cake."
Exactly. That was hysterical.
Hysterical.
We had some fun, didn't we, Steve? Steve covered a lot of.
But that was very funny with Tommy jumping out of the cake.
Yep.
Jake, talk about, is Reflections the other album that's on Spotify as well? Is it called Reflection?
Yeah, Reflections of the Dead.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I put that out like last year or the year before. Yeah, that was like the first batch of music I put out in like 7 years or something, or at the time it had been 7 years. So,
well, I remember
my favorite is "Let's Stay In Tonight." I love that song. I exercise
so funny.
to that.
I do remember knowing your mom as long as I have, that she always talked about you at home doing something in the bedroom with music, like back
And
then.
Max.
Yeah.
We would
always, we would like eat dinner, and then like we'd go into like our little living room, like me and Max would like jump on this like old keyboard that we had, and would like just come up with some sort of like obscene kind of tune, and you'd put the like preset drum sample on, and
or Max was,
and we just be me and Max would be doing a piano duet, and Rachel,
paint cans.
Rachel would be like, just spinning around the room and like just like doing
dancing
improv
in her bicycle shorts.
Yeah. So that definitely had a big influence on the latter half of things.
Oh wow, Jake, I gotta take this question. Magal, I'm probably not pronouncing it right, but Magali from Portugal is asking what your biggest influences in music are, and they love the new song, by the way.
Oh, thank you so much. I would say, I think my biggest influence, well, I guess it would just go hand in hand with like my two favorite records of all time. One being Peter Gabriel's "So," from, I think that came out in like 1982 or something. Maybe I could be butchering that, but that's like one of my favorite albums of all time. So I think Peter Gabriel, Genesis, Phil Collins, both of them are like a big influence on me. I just love how they kind of turn a story into this musical journey, and just like the sounds they use and everything, just everything's so percussive and dramatic, and like I can't help but like not try and sing like dramatically. It's like really hard, but there's like always
and David Bowie-esque too.
Yeah, but and then MGMT is another band that I really love, and their album Congratulations, which I think was like maybe 2015 or something, 2016, is a big, or maybe earlier than that, 2012 was a huge inspiration as well.
And now that this song is out, do you have others in your brain percolating?
There's others recorded. I'm just kind of waiting to see what goes on. I have another single that I'll probably put out next month. There's a video going along with that too. That's all kind of inspired by fans and stuff. I tried to have, and friends and everyone, I tried to have people record their own little like 40 to 50 second segment of them kind of singing and dancing along to this song.
That's great.
And so if any of the people watching this want to be a part of it, just like DM me on Instagram or something and send in your own little video of you having fun.
Of just dancing?
Yeah, dancing, singing, doing whatever. I had a really great submission. This like super cute couple from Florida sent in a video, and they just didn't follow the guidelines at all. They just were cooking a pizza and singing "That's amore," and they were super, super cute. So
I love that.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I love. So
I tried to record something, and I was just,
you and AC need to do it together.
I failed miserably.
When you and AC are back together, you need to do it together.
Yeah, that'll be too late.
No.
Well, I hope not.
I was trying to do it because he wanted you to submit something. Who are you isolating with? Having fun with the person you're isolating with. And I wanted to do it with Jane Fonda because I've been doing the Jane Fonda.
I may text you one.
Oh, good.
I may
Did you hear
text you
that,
one,
Jake?
Jake.
All right.
I'm stuck with somebody here, so
Yeah. Oh, you guys have to make one, please. That'd be amazing.
Kim, Donna was asking, what was the strangest way the powers that be tried to hide a pregnancy? But wait, don't answer just yet. So I remember, I don't know from working with you or when I was a fan, you were pregnant at one time. And I remember you drawing on your belly like a big old face or something. Do you remember that?
No, are you sure that wasn't Liz Kiefer?
No, you did something. And I wish I remembered. No, it was definitely you.
Really?
I don't know if you did it to make Robert or Jordan laugh. It was some.
That's.
I mean, it could have happened.
On her bare stomach.
It might have been to really tick off Lark and Malloy.
It could have been, or even Larry. It might have. Yeah, I really don't remember. But yeah,
I used to love to try to make Larkin mad because he was so serious all the time. So
oh my God, yeah,
Larkin Malloy for Larkin, but
yeah, he was always so serious.
Yeah, well, he was another one you got to work with, Jake.
Mm-hmm,
Larkin.
mm-hmm. Yeah, Larkin.
Kim, do you remember what were the strangest ways they hid pregnancies for you?
Oh, it was always big hats. You'd come in with a big hat that went, or hiding behind plants or pieces of furniture. I never had to hide mine. Mine were always
they always kind of wrote it into the story, right?
Yeah, mine were all written in, so that was great.
Yeah. You watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
No.
Mm-mm.
They just did a funny about hiding the pregnancy. It was very funny. Kim, well, I think his name is John. He wanted you to just say hello.
Hi, John. Do I know you?
No, well, that I don't know.
What are you looking at, Jake?
I just realized that I can also look at these live comments. I didn't realize.
Can? How do you do that?
Yeah, you just go to the far right and look at live comments.
Wow, Kim, this fan must know a lot. Nicholas is asking, is Jake the baby that Chris Bonneau watched in your dressing room while you shot a scene that you wrote about in your book?
No, that was Max.
Wow.
Max was in the studio with me. Max came to the studio with me from the time I went back to work when I think he was maybe a month old. 2 months old.
That's that great picture I have of Max. I love that picture of you.
Yeah. And so no, it was my middle son Max who just turned 33. So that's how long, whoever made that comment, that was how long ago that was. But no, that was Max.
I'm gonna just go back to a thing I mentioned earlier to you, Jake. One of our fans mentions that the first 3 seasons of Animal Kingdom are on Amazon Prime, so that's great.
Oh, there you go. Okay, good.
Thanks for answering that question.
Yeah, maybe send in some letters to John Wells' office and tell him to put the show on Netflix.
It did show on Netflix.
I think it's on Netflix in Canada potentially, and maybe parts of South America, but I'm not totally sure.
Oh, I think it was on Netflix here for a while. Maybe just the first 2 seasons or something, but
yeah.
Somebody was asking about Santa Barbara. How did you like working on that?
That was great. When I got to work with A. Martinez, it was fantastic. And I was under the pen of Pam Long again too. So she took great care of that character. Unfortunately, it ended way too soon because they pulled the plug on that show. Yeah. For a while, I was thinking I was the show killer because
What was that show?
Santa Barbara.
Oh, Santa Barbara. That's why we lived in LA for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
you did. I visited your mom on the set there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Valencia. Shout out
I don't know if you know Patrick Hurley. Super smart, Jake. Very cool to hear you.
Oh, hi, Patrick.
David said it is on Netflix in Australia, so that's good to know.
Oh,
excellent.
Michael said, I read your book, Kim, in 2 days and bawled my eyes out.
Oh, so did I.
Somebody says they're watching Santa Barbara now. I wonder how.
Wow.
You can
Well, I
watch
know,
anything on YouTube nowadays.
Yeah. Kim, what are your memories of Larkin? A fan was asking.
Oh God, that was such a beautiful love story. I mean, Robert was gone, and that was the time
bridge.
Pam, what?
The bridge.
Well, that was the time when Pam was stealing stories from movies and recreating them for characters on the soap. Larkin and I did so many. I mean, it was kind of like what they did with Lisa Brown, her and Quentin, Nola and Quentin, whatever his name was. They kind of did that with Larkin and my characters. We had so many the whole Amish storyline.
Oh my God, I remember the Amish.
I just loved. It was so silly and wonderful. But I think my favorite part of that whole story was when Alan Spaulding, Ron Raines, and I were shooting locations somewhere, and it was frigid cold, and they wanted us to swim in this pond and then swim towards each other and kiss. It was so cold, and Ron and I are swimming towards each other, and we're both trying to get our lips to meet. It was freezing our butts off, but we had so much fun with that. Larkin was, like I said, he was so serious. It was hard to get him to laugh, but God, when he laughed, it was a gut laugh, and he was a wonderful scene partner.
And Jake, Kim mentioned you worked with him. Was that when he was coaching at World Tours?
He was just, I mean, he was another one of those mentors for me when I first started on As the World Turns. That just, he was my coach. He was my everything. I mean, he really just kind of helped me figure it all out and kind of helped me navigate the whole world. And he was just such a huge part of and why I wanted to be an actor in the first place.
We have to give a shout out to your dad too, who drove your butt.
Shout out to Papa Duke for driving me to work every morning, driving me from
AAC
to Slope or wherever we were.
And Rachel and Max.
Yeah, they'll watch later. They're probably not watching now, but
yeah.
Eileen just said, "What's it like having a grandchild?"
For me,
Eileen Lott.
It's the greatest thing in the world. What are you, crazy? Oh my God. It's just, and I can't believe we're having another, and it's a girl. So it's going to be great to have a boy grandchild and a girl grandchild. And now we just have to wait.
Uh-oh. Turn away, Jake.
Oh, she's pointing at me. Yeah.
She's pointing at you. Yeah, I could tell that.
Yeah.
Bring the dogs back. Bring the dogs.
Yeah, bring the dogs back. Yeah, I have 2 kids already. You have 2 grandchildren.
Hey, I gotta admit, I don't have kids, but I love being an uncle.
Yeah.
He's right. Cool. He's right.
Yeah, you get all the benefits without actually having to do anything,
Yeah,
exactly.
Really. That's why, like, once Max and Becca have their kid, it's going to be perfect for me because I can just like vicariously have a child through them.
Right.
Usually,
Hopefully you'll be able to touch that child by the time.
Yeah. Hopefully. Yeah, that would be great. Yeah.
Well, thank you both so much.
You bet.
Thank you, Alan.
This feels like we're just at a bar for me.
Yeah.
I know.
The last time we really got to hang out, Mom.
Was a bar.
This is the longest time I've ever actually talked to my son.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Mom, you had just won your what was it, fourth Daytime Emmy Award?
2007.
Yeah, 2007, and we were in LA.
Yeah, that was a good time.
And just dancing up a storm. Oh my God.
Alan and
you, Alan,
and
Max,
Tommy.
just Dan and
Yeah.
Tom helped
all
with
your kids.
all
Yeah.
night, man. That was awesome.
Didn't Max split his pants that night dancing?
He did. He split his pants. Yep. He split his pants. Right.
Well, Jake, let's do this again when let's.
Yeah, please.
Everybody, remember the new music's on Spotify and all streaming platforms. And
yeah, and you can watch the music video for it on YouTube.
Just search it online. It pops right
The
up.
mist in the pine.
Mist.
The mist of the pine.
The mist of the pine. Yes.
The mist of the pine.
Uh-huh.
It's fabulous.
But let's do it again when you have the new music.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me on your show, Alan.
It was your Instagram. I saw that the song was coming, and I said to you, let's do it.
Yeah,
let's do it. Get the word out, because
so good to actually talk to you guys.
It's good to see family at this time to be.
Definitely.
Yep.
Definitely.
Nice to see friendly faces.
Thanks for doing this once again, Alan.
You're
really
welcome. I'll be in touch with you both.
Okay.
Ray and I are gonna now go do a video.
Bye-bye. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, please. You have to hear the song, though. I'll send you the link to the song right now.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Do that. Do that.
Right.
Yeah.
All
right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and we'll try and do this again when the new music comes out.
Okay.
Everybody have a great weekend.
Love
Bye,
you.
guys.
Stay
Love you.
safe.
Bye,
Stay
guys.
home.
Take it easy. Bye.